Hey guys, it's Emem again from Black to Life. Board member. Wanted to bring another book to you guys for reading to the kids. This one is called Monster Trouble. It is by Lane Fredrickson. This is actually a one I read to my son. One that you can read to your kids if you're scared of the dark, or you need a nightlight, or you feel like there are monsters underneath your bed. I actually had this book recommended to me from a good friend. It's actually a pretty good, entertaining read, and help you get over your fear of the dark and little monsters at night. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Again, it's called Monster Trouble by Lane Fredrickson. Winifred Schnitzel was never afraid, not of monsters or ghouls or the noises they made. She loved scary movies and werewolves and thunder and peg-leg pirates who bury their plunder. Let me move it up closer so you guys have a better look at it. Still, Winifred's bedtime was hardly spook-free. The neighborhood monsters would not let her be. Each night, they'd show up and attempt to be scary. Some would growl, some would belch, some were slimy, some hairy. And you can see the monsters right here, all next to her bed. But all of their monsterly mayhem was moot, because Winifred Schnitzel thought monsters were cute. Still, night after night, all those monsters kept creeping into Winifred's room, interrupting her sleeping. Look, they're surrounding her bed as she's reading. Too tired for math, too exhausted for fun, she finally decided those monsters are done. She ordered a book titled Monsters Beware and constructed the sticky string small monster snare. Guess she's planning to provide a trap with her dog and her teddy by her side. Hopefully the book helps. But that night, the big monsters all showed up first. The sticky string snare got so stretched that it burst. They were monsters on bedposts and stuck to the wall. They made slingshots from string. They were having a ball. Winifred sighed, said they were louder than ever. She knew that she needed to try something clever. So it looks like part one of her plan didn't work out as much as she thought it would. They got through all the traps. Let's keep going. She bought in some stinky old Limburger cheese. The label said, "Caution, makes big monsters sneeze." The monsters just called up the Goblin Street Deli. They ordered in bagels and fish eyeball jelly. Apparently they thought the cheese was pretty tasty. Stinks to us, but it is nice and tasty to them. Winifred barely got through the next day. She dozed off at class and snoozed through ballet. She decided, that's it, I've got to get tough. She was tired of monsters, enough was enough. So she built every spook trap in Monsters Beware and one of her own called the Prickly Bum Chair. You can see there's a chair with all these pricks on it and all the traps that she setting for all the monsters. Let's see if it works. Poor Winifred yawned. She was so very sleepy. She was starting to look a bit spookishly creepy. When the monsters showed up with their howling and roaring, Winifred Schnitzel was already snoring. Looks like she decided to go to sleep. She was dreaming of puppies when a monster went hiss. She reacted out and gave it a big sleepy kiss. Look at the monster's reaction after he got a kiss. The monster yelled, "Yuck!" All the others were heaving in one gag, and a big monster shouted, "I'm leaving." Winifred knew that despite their uniqueness, she discovered that monsters have one silly weakness. So she puckered and pouted and kissed them all good. Those monsters screamed, running as fast as they could. Look at her kissing all the monsters, and they're all running away. Now Winifred sleeps very soundly at night. In the daytime she's happy and perky and bright. But sometimes she finds that a monster's crept in right around bedtime with a monsterly grin. She ignores all the growling and roaring and hissing, since the one thing that all monsters hate most is kissing. So that's the end. There you go. So if you are scared of monsters and can't find a way to go to sleep, check under the bed and give him a big hug and a big kiss. And hopefully to go away. If not, run in mommy and daddy's room. They all know what to do. Again, the book is called Monster Trouble by Lane Fredrickson. Again, here's a look at the book. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, continue to follow along with our reading series with Black to Life. Hopefully you guys like it and look forward to you guys joining in again. Good night.